Hello everybody, my name is Zasha, and I will be comparing one of my OCs and seeing how much they've changed over the years that I've, drawn it. So, this OC is named Zasha, and my name is Zasha, so if you get confused, I'm sorry. I can't really do anything about it. So first, I'll be comparing the designs of the newer and the older version. The older one is on the left, and the newer one is on the right. So, when looking at the older one, I see just a bunch of ugly stripes that run up and down her body, and in her new design, there is no stripes except for the one on her eye, and her new design actually has cooler colors than the one before, and it looks way better in my opinion. And the last thing about the art and terrible design itself, the older reference looks really ugly, with horrible proportions, and her tail is literally covering up her legs because I couldn't draw them. Now we'll move on to her story and the description. So I'll be reading the older one, critiquing it, and then showing what's different in the newer one. So here we go. Full name, Zasha. Okay, so she doesn't have a last name? I mean, there isn't even an explanation as to why she doesn't have one. Her nickname is the Flame Warden. There's only one thing I need to say to kind of make fun of this name. How do you do, the Flame Warden? Species, human. There is nothing to really say about that. Her age, 538. And then in parentheses, I know it's annoying to see this, but she looks much younger than she is. She looks around 20 or so because that's when she was forced to drink corrupted blood which stunted her growth. So my question is, why does she live for so long? I can kind of understand that her physical age stopped, but she's 538 years old. How does a human live that long? I'll be skipping a few of them because they aren't as important as the others, so just a little warning. Hair and eye color. If you look at Zasha's eyes, that's the color of her hair and eyes. Wow, I was lazy. Dislikes. Smart Alex, people taller than her, hairy caterpillars, greasy food, and spending too much. I can agree with the first couple ones, but spending too much of what? Time? Money? Energy? Just be more specific. Talents. Can roll her eyes all the way back into her head without touching her face. Can power shift. Can quickly shapeshift between forms, which was in parentheses. At least I explained what power shifting was. Weapons. 2 large swords, and sometimes if she has enough corrupted blood, she can use a special bow. And in parentheses, corrupted blood is the blood of elite demons, which is very hard to come by, which is why she never uses it. I hate using the word edgy, but corrupted blood? That's just really asking to be made fun of in school. Like, if I ever told my friends that, they'd just be like, wow, that's edgy. Like, great. Good job, me. Good job. Strengths in combat. She's a brute, but she doesn't think too much, she just charges right in. She's still like that, there's literally no difference. Strength, 8 out of 10, speed, 6 out of 10, intelligence, 4 out of 10, and in parentheses, in battle. Normally she is much smarter in things that are useless for her, like algebra. So what that means is, if that's a little confusing, in battle her intelligence is 4 out of 10. She's actually pretty smart because she's had, thousands of years to study other things, but, she doesn't really care about battle, and it's so difficult for her, she really just doesn't understand it. It's like, it doesn't make any sense at all. It just kind of goes in one ear and goes out the other. And agility, 5 out of 10. So this doesn't seem so bad, but she's still really powerful because everything except for intelligence is over 5. And now on to the newer bio, the one that isn't as cringy. It's still cringy, but not as bad. Full name, Zasha, and in parentheses, Crimson Paladins are a very small race, so last names aren't needed, but since she's not affiliated with them anymore, she just uses Warden as her last name. Whoa, I actually explained it this time! Good job, me. Nickname, Flame Warden. It's a minor fix, but it's still a major one at the same time, because having the Flame Warden as a nickname is kind of weird. Race, Crimson Paladin. They have light-colored eyes and hair and are very tall. They are considered to be a part of the warrior clans. I added the race she belongs in to explain a few things about herself there. Age, 23,002. Her race, Crimson Paladins, can live up to 90,000 years old. 23,000 is just 23 to normal humans. So she got a lot older, but it was super easy to compare that type of age to humans, and I liked the idea of them being able to be, like, super old and stuff. It just made things really easy for me. Sexuality, heterosexual. So I changed her sexuality in her story because in her story she was actually like, oh man, he's hot, even though she was asexual, and she was so asexual, at least I said so, that she wasn't even attracted to anyone, not romantically, nothing, just so, you know, I made her straight because it made it a lot better. Dislikes, smart Alex, people taller than her, hairy caterpillars, greasy food, and spending too much money on useless items. I'm really glad that I added the useless items bit right there, and now I can kind of agree with all of it. So, mental illnesses, none. I'm gonna just explain this part right here. When I looked back at the, bio for her, and I was writing a script for it, I realized that it said mental illnesses. I'm just like, well, that's great. I have mental illnesses too, don't worry about it. I don't have any mental illnesses, though. I don't think. I had to put that there to show she wasn't some special snowflake that had over 4 mental disorders. Because every OC seems like that nowadays. Okay, so here onto the flaws. Sometimes too pushy, mostly impatient, childish, doesn't realize when she's cruel or hurting someone's feelings, and pushing them too far. Indecisive, meddlesome, nosy, and depending on the mood can be easily agitated. I added flaws in there to make them more noticeable, because they kind of appear if you read her bio and stuff, but it's just in case someone couldn't notice, I added them. And to show that she's far from perfect, because to be honest, I hate OCs, especially my own, that are like, perfect, because that means they're just not fun. They really aren't. Zasha has a very weak outer wall, but it is very difficult to reach any more walls. Basically what this means is, it's easy to know her, but it's harder to get her to actually care about you. Zasha is very nice on the outside, maybe a little pushy and rude, but she has a harsher demeanor on the inside, because she's either worried or anxious. This was added for a bit of extra depth to Zasha's character to show that she's not just some cardboard cutout. I actually have Zasha's backstory in her new ref, but I'll spare you the waste of time and just get to the rating of the 2 different OCs. I guess they're not really different, but you know what I mean. The older OC. I'd say it's about a 4 out of 10 because of all the problems and never explaining anything in her bio. The drawing itself was also pretty ugly. The newer OC. I think this girl gets a good ol' 7 out of 10 because there are still problems in her bio where I don't explain enough. Also, I should have done another view of the character, like a front view, to make it easier for people to either draw her or just get a full view of her in general. Her story was much better and she became more well-rounded. This was just an example of a video series that I would really love to do. I just don't have enough characters to do this with, because I deleted a bunch of them. So if you have any recently updated characters with new looks or bios or stuff, it would be awesome for you to comment down below, and you could be the star of the next video. There is a warning, though, because I don't really like to sugarcoat things. Like, if I think an OC's bad, I'm going to say this isn't that good. It really isn't. But I won't just be outright rude. So I'll tell you what's on my mind, but I won't just say it's outright just stupid or you should just give up, because that's just rude and really not necessary. I hope you enjoyed this video, and my videos to come. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.